We were warned when we hired our first human crew member that they would pack bond with almost anything. We didn't listen, and now have an apex predator somewhere in the ship that the human won't stop calling Kitty. A part of me argued that it really wasn't the humans' fault. They were newcomers to the galactic stage. They hadn't developed the wealth of experiences that the other races had. Some even argued that their racial naivety was a strength, freed from the long-held grudges and stereotypes that other races held tightly to. Humanity beheld the galaxy and all of its inhabitants with fresh eyes. I wanted to believe that the humans could help us learn more about ourselves. In fact, I was one of the loudest voices in support of the new human crew member. But even I had underestimated the humans' ability to pack bond with inanimate objects and dangerous creatures. "It's just a kitty! No human! A Theandraw is not just an anything! They are voracious predators who will eat anything that moves!" The human smiled widely at that. Logically, I knew that this was a sign of mirth, likely at my expense, but it was disturbing how such smiles displayed the sharper human canine teeth. "That is the thing! You can't run from it. Then you are just begging to be chased. You have to let it come to you and smell you first. You have to let it know you. Then you can pet it all you like." They Jimu shuddered at the human's expression. Any Taldros who had ever gotten close enough for a Theandraw to smell their scent had become its prey. Few were fortunate to survive such experiences. They Jimu had never put too much stock into the tall human stories that had spread through the quadrant. Surely they had to be exaggeration or superstition. What species would willingly expose themselves to solar radiation burns on a regular basis because they found their body's defensive mechanism to it visually appealing? There was another story, however, about humans turning all of their most fearsome predators into pets that was beginning to sound all too likely to be true. Theandraw do not allow themselves to be pet, nor would any Taldros attempt it. The mere idea of it is ludicrous, an attempt at self-destruction. These are not creatures that can be tamed. Fortunately, with the planet behind, we are safe. Just be more careful in the future, human. The human's smile had only somehow grown at that. "It's perfectly safe and well-behaved. Here, I will show you." The human had taken one of his left arms and led him towards the cargo bays. The human truly didn't understand proper form at times. "Show me what, human?" The cargo bay doors had loomed large above them as they approached. "How well trained the kitty is. It's very smart, you know. It does everything I ask." The human opened the cargo bay door and the smell washed out of it. Blood. With its weaker olfactory senses, the human didn't seem to notice. "By the glories! You brought it with you?" They Jimu scrambled back from the door out of the human's hold. He scrambled for the door's emergency override when soft thuds sounded nearby. He froze as primitive fear responses overrode his brain. He could smell the stronger scent of blood with that particular musk all his people knew and feared. He turned to see the human approach the Theandraw. The small figure stood only half as tall as the creature, but instead of attacking it, merely reached out and pulled the human close. It even started licking the human, grooming it. Understanding grew within they Jimu. It really wasn't the human's fault. The alpha predator of the sector appeared to pose no threat to the human. It truly seemed to want to please it. It was almost as if the kitty had claimed the human as its property, or pet, and now